What's going on, everybody? This your good boy CDL Shorty. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and watch this video all the way to the end, because guess what? I am calling for a boycott against America Truckers United, Mutha Trucker for helping them spread fake news, lies, hypocrisy, and OIDA for the hypocrisy. Now, let's start with America Truckers United, right? They keep talking about jobs. Jobs are being taken left and right, right? Now, this is from FMCSA website, right? This is the workforce. This was done in 2023. The last one was done in 2023. It says race, ethnicity, all of that by the workforce, all right? CDL holders, all of that. CDL is in dark blue. Look at the whites, all right? Now look at the Black African Americans. Look at the Asians. Look at the immigrants. What jobs are being taken? What jobs? You guys got what jobs? Not only what jobs, once again, this is on FMCSA. Now, we all know FMCSA is a joke, and we'll get to that too, but these are in their files. This is their data that they permit. 15.7, right? That's a low number. What jobs are being taken? Now, if you want to get into the FNU on CDL, there's no name givens. But the FNU, all right, first name unknown, CDL, that still falls in between the 15.7, unless there's a private statistic that is not public. But let's read this right here, shall we? If your passport does not include a given name, first name, the U.S. Department of State will place the name in the sure name location, and it will be unknown, or FNU. When renewing a hazmat, having only a first and last name on your driver's license may not be a problem, but it's best to check with TSA. When operating a trucking company, you can keep your business name separate from the correct information. So you got that, right? Now, the reason I say OIDA for hypocrisy, right? I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you guys to go to YouTube and look this up. Type in this and look this up. This is a documentary, a PBS documentary about Underride crashes, right? Underride crashes. It's a mother and it's a father, and there's two separate occasions, two separate accidents, all right, that they lost their children due to Underride crashes. In that, you'll see the ATA, you'll see Louis Pugh from OIDA, you'll see NHTSA. And we all found out that NHTSA, guess what? They go in and they manipulate the database. They manipulate the crashes. You really have to dig into it and look up the pictures, because they take pictures at each accident scene. So you have to look at the pictures. You look at the pictures and you say, oh no, that's an Underride crash. But NHTSA goes in, manipulates the data. They'll name it something else to make it look like it's not an Underride crash, so Underride reporting's numbers don't go up. It's in that documentary. You have ATA, and you have Chris Spears from the ATA, you have Louis Pugh from OIDA, and NHTSA sitting there fighting this mother and this father and the industry, the public safety industry, about Underride crashes. The industry didn't really get serious about Underride crashes until it took the death of Jane Mansfield, right? It took the death of Jane Mansfield for the industry to get serious, all right? Then they just started slapping DOT bumpers on, and they weren't strong enough. Louis Pugh, OIDA, ATA, all of them said, oh, it's going to cost too much. To put all that extra weight up under the trailer is going to be too heavy. But we're talking about public safety, right? I thought one fatality was too much when it comes to public safety. From 2007 to 2017, 2018, it's been a total of 1,238 fatalities due to Underride crashes. We don't care about that. We only care about fatalities when it's due to these foreigners. That's what you're putting out. That is the racist rhetoric that you guys are putting out. The trucking industry is its own worst nightmare. Now, This is going to tell you the description about this documentary. I want you guys to go look up. Let's read it. It says deadly traffic accidents involving large trucks have surged over the past decade. Frontline and ProPublica examined one gruesome kind of truck accident, underride crashes, and why they keep happening. Trucking industry representatives and the government's lead agency on traffic safety has said that their top priority is safety, drawing one or more than a year of reporting, including leaked documents and interviews with former government insiders, trucking industry representatives, and families on underride crash victims. The documentaries how for decades federal regulations propose new rules to try to prevent underride crashes over and over. Pushback from the trucking industry lobbyists won the day, leaving drivers of smaller vehicles vulnerable. That's in that documentary. Now, let's call out the FMCSA, right? Now, the FMCSA, you can look up this right here. It is 391.11. B, Part 2, can read and speak the English language sufficiently to converse with the general public to injuries and to make entries on reportings and records. That's FMCSA law, right? Now we know FMCSA is a joke, right? Okay, but let's get to this let's get to this EAD. This EAD, which the American Truckers Association or the American Truckers United said this is the gateway to getting a non-domiciled CDL, right? Okay, let's go look at it. Let's go to page 4 of 7 on the EAD. Now, right here it says, I can read and understand English, and I have read and understood every question and instruction on this application and my answer to every question. Then 1B says, the interpreter named in Part 4 read to me every question and instruction on this application and my answer to every question. So if they can read and speak English, why do they need an interpreter? Doesn't that contradict this right here? That's why you need to stay off the foreigners, man. The foreigners, if they weren't allowed to be over here, your government didn't make it possible for them to come over here, they wouldn't be over here. Right or wrong? Now, let's show how hypocritical the American Truckers United is. Down here, it says lost wages, right, for Arkansas truckers, right? ATA, or not ATA, I'm sorry. American Truckers United. Listen to me and listen to me good. I have not once heard you guys speak about deregulation in the trucking industry, which our forefathers from the trucking industry fought for, which made competition possible. I have not once heard you guys speak about how to calculate a trucker's cost per mile and try to help educate these truckers out here on their cost per mile, because if they don't know their cost per mile, how can they be undercutting you or taking cheap freight if they don't know? I've not once heard you guys speak on 2 of those situations. There's some white boys out there that don't know their cost per mile. So is it just possible that they might be undercutting the wages of Arkansas truck drivers, undercutting their own interests? Is it possible? Because how can you operate a truck and trailer and your own business, your own LLC, if you do not know your cost per mile? There's literally a broker out there on YouTube that said, guess what? He called a truck driver and said, how much are you going to take this load for? And the truck driver said, I'm just looking for gas money. And it was an American trucker, a domiciled trucker. Then you want to talk about publicly trained. Once again, you need to start going to these CDL schools that's doing the bare minimum, or go to these states that put out the curriculum for the CDL school to follow, that do the bare minimum. I know for a fact, I was at Trans Tech here in Charlotte, North Carolina. They were doing the bare minimum. They were going so far to take, when you teach students how to back up, they were going straight back. They were going so far as to take the mirror off of the right side of the trailer or off of the right side of the truck. So the driver can only focus on the driver's side mirror. And then guess what? There was a female named Tia Holmes. Her first accident out of CDL school was a backing accident. You know why? Because they taught her not to look at the other side of the mirror, and she actually backed into another truck on the other side of the mirror, or on the other side of the truck, because they told her not to look at that mirror. So you can't sit up here and keep blaming these foreigners. Now, let's talk about domicile and non-domicile crashes. This is for the driver. This is the driver. It just says ages, groups, what age group are having the most accidents and whatnot. That's all that says right there. Now, this is for domicile carriers for the year of 2025. And we got 2024 as well, but this is 2025. Look at Arkansas's crashes, domiciled and non-domiciled. It's large trucks and buses. All right. Let's look at this one. This is for 2024, the year 2024. Let's look at that one. How many Arkansas non-domicile and domicile crashes are in there? Oh, we're not going to talk about the domicile ones, huh? We're not going to do that. We're just going to focus on these non-domicile ones, huh? See what I mean? It can become very hypocritical. Yes, there are U.S. trucking companies that sponsor. It's called H-2B visas. The H-2B visas have increased. And then guess what? Yeah, I does my research, guys. And then guess what? Trump actually listened to you guys and started banning them and put a cap on them. Right? But guess what? He had to extend it in 2020. All right? It made no sense to ban H-2B workers because every H-2B job must be offered to U.S. workers first. The Department of Labor, DOL, oversees U.S. worker requirements under the H-2B program, and it will not certify an employer to hire H-2B workers. All right? Let's see. Let's read out. In June, President Trump went even further by banning H-2B workers until the end of the year, which caused visas under the cap to be wasted. Now Trump is considering extending the H-2B ban into 2021. This is a bad idea. The ban was supposed to free up jobs for U.S. workers, but government data shows that almost no U.S. workers apply for H-2B visa jobs despite the spike of unemployment. America Truckers United, I'm very disappointed in you guys. You guys are coming with no data, pure hate, pure racism that clearly shows 100% that you guys still got the highest number of CDL. This is by FMCSA. So I'm a driver's advocate. I'm standing up for drivers because we do the most work at the end of the day and we always get shitted on, whether if it's by dispatchers, brokers, these companies out here. You got Snyder out here that are paying veteran drivers that's been in the industry for years, 46 cents a mile, CPM, cents per mile. You have other companies out here paying low pay off of the backs of what we do. And I can't sit here and let you guys spew hatred and racism without providing the numbers. Without providing the numbers to these accidents, whether they're Underride crashes or whether they're non-domiciled and domiciled, the numbers are damn near about the same. It's not a big gap like y'all trying to make it seem. And I'm going to stop you. And I'm going to continue to speak out against you.